Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about something that I uncovered with Carvana. And it wasn't something that I was even looking for. I, honest to God, was not in any means like attempting or wanting to do another video on them, trying to drag them through the mud or hurt their reputation any more than it already is. But I uncovered something last night. I was laying here in bed trying to fall asleep, and my 7-day return policy expires tonight at 8 p.m. This is June 2nd. And so I was on their website and I was just kind of scrolling, and I was like, you know what, just for shits and giggles, let me scroll through the available vehicles that they have one more time before my 7 days is up and see if there's anything else that I want more than what I have now. And I absolutely love what I have now. And so as I'm scrolling through there and I'm looking at vehicles and I'm clicking on the Carfax report, a red flag went off, and I did some digging, and let's talk about it. So as most of you guys are well aware, unless you've been living under a rock, you know, Carvana has been in the news for many years now, 2, 3, 4 probably, for illegal business practices and doing really shady and scummy shit. This one right here, I think, is going to trump all of that, because essentially what they are doing is evading taxes, and I have uncovered it, and I'm surprised that nobody else has uncovered it. So let's talk about it. So as you guys probably, some of you guys, I know not everybody knows about this, but some of you guys may be aware that in certain states like Montana, you are essentially tax exempt. Montana does not charge sales tax on vehicles or goods. And so a lot of people who are wealthy or own highly expensive vehicles, they register their cars in Montana to get away with not having to pay taxes on them. So as I was going through looking at different vehicles through Carvana, and my car, you know, it's on my car as well, but I didn't think much of it because it was just, it popped up and I was like, oh, cool. You know, my car was registered in Montana at one point. So I personally thought that my car went from El Paso, Texas to Indiana to Montana. Little did I know that I was looking at something that was a little bit more sinister than just simply my car was in Montana. So here's what I found. So as I was going through Carfax and was looking at the Carfax report on a majority, not all, but a majority of the vehicles that are listed on Carvana's website, I found through Carfax that each and every one of them, like I said, with the exception of a few, but you got to remember that Carfax, it takes a little while for stuff like that to show up. So if a vehicle is registered or a title is issued somewhere, it takes sometimes 2, 3, 4 weeks before it pops up and is shown on Carfax. So the one thing that I keep seeing on all of these vehicles is a title was issued in Helena, Helena, Montana. And so then it got me to thinking, okay, is Carvana in Montana? No. There's no Carvana vending machine. They deliver cars up there, but there's no vending machine. There's no brick and mortar location, especially in Helena, Montana. So I went on to opencorporations.com and put in Carvana LLC. And what did I find? They have been registered there since September 26, 2018 with an operating agreement, and they did their initial filing And then February 28th of 2019, they did their annual report. And again, May 28th, 2020, they did an annual report. And April 1st, 2021, and April 4th, 2022. They haven't done anything for 2023 yet. But they are registered in the state of Montana simply for the sole purpose of getting title and escaping having to pay taxes is essentially what they're doing. So I'm sitting here and I'm sure you guys keep seeing me look this way. What I'm looking at is the open corporation thing, which I will post a screenshot right here. So you can see that they have a registered address of 1930 West Rio Salado, I can't pronounce that road, Parkway in Tempe, Arizona. And their agent address is 26 West 26th Avenue in Helena, Montana. So let's do a quick Google search on that address. Now, when I'm trying to do something quick, it just doesn't work. But I wanted to check because I want to see what this address is. Smith Law Firm. It is a law firm in Helena, Montana. It's not a Carvana site, just a law firm. So essentially what Carvana is doing is they are registering all of their vehicles in Montana to escape paying taxes on these vehicles, therefore cheating the federal government. And why the federal government has not caught on is beyond me. But it says on here that they have 215 locations registered. The first 10 being Arizona, Illinois, New Mexico, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Oregon, West Virginia, Kentucky, Oklahoma. Let me see real quickly. Oh yeah, there's 5 pages of stuff. Anyway, there's also Carvana Auto Receivables, Carvana Auto Services LLC, Carvana Car Holdings LLC, Carvana Cars LLC, Carvana LLC, Carvana Co-Sub LLC, Carvana FAC LLC. But they have all of these under this blanket corporation, this fake corporation that they set up, or business license that they set up in Montana just to escape taxes. They also have Carvana for Business LLC, Carvana Fulfillment Services LLC, Carvana Group LLC, Carvana Insurance Services LLC, Carvana Investors New York City LLC, Carvana Logistics LLC. Yeah, so they have literally just done anything and everything that they can do to escape paying taxes on these vehicles. Sounds pretty illegal to me. So with uncovering that, it makes me wonder a couple of things. Number one, I'm happy to see that there was actually a title issued for my vehicle in Montana, or a title issued period for my vehicle. That lets me know that hopefully the car's not stolen. Now, one thing that I have not told you guys is I did walk into the police station in the area that I live in and told them that I had bought a car from Carvana and that I was a little leery because of all the issues that had been happening. And they did run my VIN number, and it's not a reported stolen vehicle. So that's a good thing. They did tell me, though, that there is cases where it takes months or years for that to pop up and show. But they did say that they thought I was probably okay. Now, with that being said, the questions that I have about the fact that these cars are having titles issued in the state of Montana is, will that somehow come back and bite myself or anybody else that has bought cars from them in the butt? Because essentially that is tax fraud, I would assume. I mean, it's a loophole, but, and again, I don't know how taxes work. I don't know how any of that works. I just know that in the state of Montana, you do not pay sales tax on vehicles. You do not pay sales tax when you go into a store. You don't even pay sales tax on homes. So, you know, there's no sales tax in Montana. So a lot of celebrities and folks that have expensive high-end vehicles, they register them in Montana just for the simple fact of cheating the federal government and getting away from paying taxes on it. So when I found this, it just left me kind of really wondering what the legal ramifications are for somebody else who ends up buying one of these vehicles that the person who sold it to you never had taxes paid. I know each state is a little bit different. When I lived in the state of Hawaii, if you bought a car that the previous owner had not paid taxes on or registration on in several years, you know who had to pay it? Me. You had to pay your own tax. But in the state of Hawaii also, the license plate follows the vehicle for the life of the car. And so if that license plate hasn't been renewed in 2 or 3 years and taxes and all of that hasn't been paid on it in 2 or 3 years, then the new owner that is going to register the vehicle has to pay that registration and them taxes for the last 2 or 3 years, unless you have proof that that vehicle was taken off the island and was registered in another state. But you've got to have proof. You can't just be like, oh no, it was registered in Arizona. You got to have proof. So I don't know. I don't know if what they're doing is going to cause problems for me or other people down the line. I don't know if this is going to be another Fox News story or CNN story or WGN News or whatever the case. But any of you guys that are educated on this type of stuff, please drop a comment below and let me know. And when I say educated, please don't take offense to the way I'm going to say this, but there's a lot of you guys that think you know it all, and because you've read 1 or 2 things on the internet, and I'm sorry, but I don't feel that you know what you're talking about. Let's leave it at that. I'm looking for somebody who maybe is an accountant or does taxes for a living, or maybe somebody that watches my videos that works for the federal government and can answer that particular question as to, with them doing what they're doing and skating by and cheating the federal government out of taxes and millions of dollars. I mean, millions of dollars. Think about all the cars that they sell every day and that they have in their possession. When I looked on Carvana.com a minute ago, they have 215 pages of cars available throughout the United States for sale. Each and every one of them get ran through the state of Montana. So they are cheating the federal government out of thousands of cars that are being sold every day and millions of dollars in tax money because they're running it through the state of Montana. So drop a comment, let me know what y'all think, and when I uncover some more information or get more answers that are concrete answers, I will definitely let you guys know. I am actually personally going to call my mother's accountant on Monday that does all of her business stuff, and ask her a few questions and see what her opinion is and what she thinks. And if she gives me any type of information that I think is relevant or interesting, I will definitely make another video and upload it But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Post a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you on the next video.